Good morning and welcome to the 2015 Veterans Day ceremonies for Hudson, Wisconsin. Very special welcome to the Hudson High School Band and their director Ryan McCarthy, and also the 5th grade students and teachers from Hudson Prairie Elementary School for joining us again this year to honor our veterans. Can everybody hear me in the back? Yes or no? No? More? How is that? Okay. This is a day sacred to all who have faithfully served this great nation, and on this day, we remember how men and women set aside their civilian pursuits to serve our nation's cause, defending the freedom of man and preserving our precious American heritage, and once again serving in harm's way. Would everyone please stand, face the flag, and render the proper salute as the Hudson High School Band plays the Star-Spangled Banner. Please remain standing as we begin today's program with a prayer from VFW Post 2115 Chaplain Dave Kavarnas.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Let us pray. Today we honor the living veterans of the many wars and of the peacetime that have served in the military. The veterans of the World War II, Korean conflict, Vietnam War, all of those members are now up in the age of 70s and plus. Then we get to the younger veterans from the Desert Storm, Iraq, Kuwait, and Panama, Afghanistan. Also, we think of the veterans served in the occupation at Germany and in Japan, in Korea, and also the members that have served in the United States. Many, many served. We thank all of these people, and you should thank each one individually, because these younger people are now the ones that keep us in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Amen.
We'll now hear a selection from the band, the Navy Hymn. is the St. Croix County Veteran Service Officer, Dale Koch. Dale is a retired personnel specialist from the United States Coast Guard. He's a retired Chief Warrant Officer, and he has been our County Veteran Service Officer since January of this year. Dale?
Ladies and gentlemen and fellow veterans, welcome to today's Veterans Day ceremony. I'm Chief Warrant Officer Dale Koch, U.S. Coast Guard, retired. And as John mentioned, I'm currently the Veteran Service Officer here for St. Croix County, where I help veterans understand their VA benefits and help with the necessary paperwork. I'm honored to be your speaker. I'm honored to speak with you today on such an important occasion. America's Day for Veterans is unique among nations in that we honor those who are still with us, reserving Memorial Day for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. So, while we honor our fallen heroes and honor the memory of our great leaders on other days of remembrance, we have the opportunity on this day to pay tribute to those who are still with us. This is an opportunity and a blessing. We should exercise it with pride, purpose, and enthusiasm. At this time, I ask all veterans to stand and remain standing. Thank you for answering the call to duty. You made our armed forces the most respected in the world. For your outstanding service to our country, I salute you. Please have a seat. To paraphrase Thomas Paine, those who expect to reap the blessings of freedom must undergo the fatigue of supporting it. Many of you here today have borne that burden and experienced the fatigue of waging war in order to bring about peace. To you, I say thank you. Thank you for setting the example that inspired me and my peers to raise our hand in voluntary service to this great nation. I don't know how many of you would consider yourself to be pro-military. I'm not here today to sell you on the military. I'm here today to sell you on America and the veterans who have served to keep this country free. We tend to think about our military today in terms of its stuff. The fast jets, the powerful ships, the smart weapons and tanks, and those unmanned vehicles. But the most powerful tool in our armed forces is still our people, the women and men in uniform, and that will always be the case. The service members that we honor today come from all walks of life, but they all share the following. They possess courage and pride, determination and selflessness, dedication to duty and integrity, all the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave homes to fight in distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved to fight. They were called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect the nation which had given them, us, so much. Since the first shots at Lexington and Concord were fired and our Revolutionary War began, to our current conflicts of today, American men and women have answered our nation's call to duty. The 11th day of November is a special day. It's Veterans Day. Originally called Armistice Day to celebrate the end of World War I on November 11th, 1918. Years later, in 1954, veterans groups lobbied for a change to honor all American veterans, and Armistice Day was changed to Veterans Day. This day draws a nation's attention to the sacrifice made by our military members, our veterans. Some people live an entire life wondering if they made a difference in this world. But veterans don't have that problem. No matter when or where you served, veterans, by serving this great country of ours, you have made a difference. You veterans can stand proud knowing that fact. Fewer than 10% of Americans can claim the title of veteran. Far less than 1% of our population is currently defending us in our global war on terrorism. Veterans, you are a small but select group. In closing, if you are a veteran and you haven't taken the time to talk with a veteran service officer, I strongly encourage you to do so. My staff and I are available to inform you of the possible VA benefits and help you with the necessary paperwork. We're located in the St. Croix County Service Center in New Richmond. In my opinion, and from my experience, veterans are a stubborn bunch, myself included. We are not good at asking for help. If you served honorably, there may be VA benefits available for you. Please contact my office and we will discuss those benefits with you. Thank you for attending today's ceremony and joining me in honoring the women and men who served our military, our veterans. God bless you and your family. God bless our troops. And God bless America. Thank you.
We're going to have a little addition to the program today. Last June, the Hudson, VFW, and American Legion Color Guards were asked to present the colors at Troy Burn at a golf outing called Tee Up for the Troops. As a result of that golf tournament, a bunch of money was raised. And I'm going to call on Bill Rulo to come forward and explain about the golf tournament and how they're going to disperse those funds here today. I'd also like Legion Commander Gordy Knudsen and VFW Commander Jim Fossey to join me here at the podium, as well as Dale. And do we have a representative of Grace Place here? Okay, we will take care of that. We do? Okay. Come on down. Bill Rulo will take over explaining what happened and what we're going to do here this morning.
Good morning, and thanks for attending today. Tee It Up for the Troops, can you hear me? Tee It Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization which partners with local golf courses to raise money for veterans. Tee It Up functions on a national level and distributes donations to entities like Fisher House, which has comfort homes for families so they don't have to pay lodging at local motels and places like that, on every military installation where veterans are being hospitalized and treated. They also donate money to Disabled Sports USA, which helps veterans move back into civilian lives after their wounds have healed by participating in sports which might give them a purpose in life, like golf, which might drive you nuts, but or mountain climbing or downhill skiing or cross-country skiing. You see a lot of advertisements and things with amputees who are downhill skiing. Also, Hope for the Warriors, which is a nonprofit that takes care of the worst injured, the long-term injured, the catastrophically wounded, the TBIs, the multiple amputees, who are going to need palliative care at least for the rest of their lives. That's where half of the net profits go from these events. The other half goes to local not-for-profits who we ask to use this money to care on a local level as far down the chain as you can get, to make a veteran's life a little more smooth in the event of an emergency or a crisis, or just help them get over the obstacle that's in their way. And today, we're going to distribute that about $2,500 to 4 different entities, and I'm going to start with I'm sorry, with Grace Place, and I'm not sure what your name is.
Duana Brammer.
Duana.
Brammer.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about what Grace Place does?
Yes, Grace Place is a homeless shelter located in New Richmond. We serve homeless individuals and families in St. Croix County. What makes us special is we have 2 rooms allocated just for veterans. And I know at our office we feel it is an honor to serve the veterans because they have sacrificed so much for our freedom.
Thank you very much. The next person is Dale Koch, the St. Croix Valley Veteran Service Officer. I like to think of this money as going for a kind of a special needs fund. We don't hear about it a lot, but veterans get their lights turned off, cars break down, somebody needs to go to a psychologist real quick, and we hope that this can help to raise the level of that funding that Dale has for those kinds of things. Dale?
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Gordy, you're with? Okay, and with me today is Gordy from the American Legion. Much the same thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Legion and the VFW. Where's our VFW rep? Jim?
Thank you.
You're welcome. When I asked for an honor guard last year, I asked Jay Livermore, and he said, can do, just like that. You don't know how hard it is to get honor guards these days. And the American Legion and the VFW, obviously, are decreasing in membership. And we want to make their life a little easier. And what they do with this money, if you will, is they pass it on to other people who have needs. And I'm told by them today that they're going to see that military moms get some of that money, which I think is just great. With me is Dave Tentis, and Dave is the golf course manager at Troy Byrne and a world-renowned golfer. Played on a professional tour. I've known Dave since Dave was about 18, and I'd like Dave to say a couple of words about the tournament.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome, everybody. Troy Byrne was very honored to be able to have actually the very first Tee It Up for the Troops event in the state of Wisconsin this past summer. We hope you can join us next year. We're hoping to make the tournament bigger and better. We really want to raise a lot of money for veterans. It's obviously needed, and I'm just so moved to be able to be part of a golf tournament that raises funds for our veterans. Next year, 2016, we're planning on an August 15th date. If you do play golf, please come down and join us. Playing the tournament, it's just a scramble. If you don't play golf, come on down and have dinner. We have a great program. Thank you to all the veterans for serving our country. We don't have our freedom without you. Thank you.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming today. I'd also like to especially thank Beth Oneman and Jerry Campbell from the Veteran Service Office. They put a lot of work into making this happen, as well as the members of the VFW and the American Legion. Honor Guard. Salute the dead.
Present arms. Order armed.
The Prairie Elementary 5th grade classes will now do a musical selection.
Praise rest. Sit.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your courage in the name of freedom's love. In the air and on the desert, out across the open sea, you have shown us your devotion, keeping all the people free. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your courage in the name of freedom's light. From the fields in Southeast Asia to the shores of Tripoli, from the hills of Iwo Jima to the sands of North
Honor Guard, please retire the colors.
Right face. Port arms. Column right. Forward. Port.
This concludes our Veterans Day ceremonies. Thank you all for attending. Thanks to the members of Hudson American Legion Post 50 and VFW Post 2115, the band, students and teachers, and all of you for coming and honoring our veterans today. There will be milk, cookies, coffee in the county boardroom. As we depart, the Hudson High School band will play America.
Thank you.